everyone. Welcome to Facts and Two Cents. Happy, what is today? Thursday? Friday? Thursday? I don't even know what day it is anymore. Friday, yes. Anyway, welcome to Facts and Two Cents. As you know, we are a channel that supports the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Harry, Meghan, Archie, Baby Lily, Mama Doria, Pula Guy, the chickens, the Invictus community, all of us here hanging out on a Friday afternoon, talking Sussex and royal nonsense as usual. Sussex facts, I should say, and Sussex awesomeness and royal messiness as usual. So anyways, I hope you all are doing great. Hope it is a fabulous day wherever you are. It is beautiful in New York, so I cannot wait to get outside and be able to experience the beautiful weather here at the moment. Nice and hot. So anyway, how are you all doing? Let me jump in the chat and say hello to my few friends who are hanging out with me. Hi guys, Joy and Len and Lydia, awesome moderators here, and Connie and Sherry. And that's it so far. This is all our friends hanging out and our 44 others who are not in the chat at the moment. But it'll maybe just be us today, just hanging. And, hopefully some of our other friends will join us at some point. That would be great. I see Zenobia is here. Hello, Zenobia. How are you today? And Joy. Oh, Nafisa, thank you so much for the super sticker. We just started and you guys are being generous already. I'm just so appreciative of your support. Thank you so much. And again, if you, no pressure, no obligation, but if you're interested in supporting the channel, please get a super sticker or as the notification, that scrolly thing going by, which I'm going to take off for a second. It's kind of sticking. I don't know why it's doing that. It's been doing that since yesterday. But yeah, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Please click the notification bell that you know when we drop a video, and like, share, join our 2 cents crew. Thank you guys so much who are part of it. I really appreciate you guys being here. And I see a couple of other friends are coming in. Oh, Canada. Karen joining us from Canada. Hello, Karen. And Sandra Rose is here. And Pretty Face. Ooh, I like that. Pretty Face UK. I love this. Pretty Face joining us from the UK. All right. And I think say Connie already. Yep, Connie. So welcome you guys. And, hopefully all the friends will join us shortly. But anyways, our faves are, quiet, and I'm liking the silence from them. I'm liking the fact that they are able to work in private and secrecy, and when they're ready to drop things on us, they'll just drop it, as they did the Better Up video, as they did the news about, actually, they didn't even drop it. The Mandela Foundation did, and then the South African press picked it up and shared it with the world, and now we all know it, that they're going to be in New York in a few days. Yes. And so I am very excited about that. But apart from that, they are quiet, working behind the scenes as they usually are. So I'm very happy about that. So yeah, because we know when they are silent, they are working on some fun stuff tonight. And, I'm sure as I am, as with all, the majority of us are very happy when we get those surprises, that we don't know what they're doing. No, there are no leaks, which is fantastic. I appreciate the no leaks. So yes. Hey, Aurel has joined us. Hey, Aurel from London has joined us. And Maverick is here, and Zuri is here. Hello, guys, joining us. Very happy to see you guys on my impromptu, always impromptu podcast because of my crazy schedule. So, Lynn says her calendar. I'm so excited. My calendar is free Monday. Oh, Lynn, I wish I was you. You know what? I realize I still don't know what time this thing is going to be. I am hoping it's in the afternoon, in the evening. If you guys know, for some reason, I was going to check on it and then I forgot. So if you know what time it's going to be on Monday, I am hoping it's the afternoon because I can't do the mornings. I'm teaching in the morning. So I'm like, please let it be afternoon or evening. I really evening because that's the best to get there. So, oh, Hyacinth, I am so sorry. It's like it is hot in Germany. Ooh, sorry. It's hot in New York too. But it's doable. It's so funny. Like I'm probably the only person that does not like I don't like air conditioners. I don't like how it feels on my body. So I always just have a fan and my fan is perfect. So everybody else think I'm crazy. It's like, you don't have a fan? When they redid our house, I was like, no, I'm getting rid of my air conditioner. My room is like, you don't want your air conditioner? I'm like, no, I rather a fan. It's just taking up space. I rather my window open than having an air conditioner. So probably the only person, but that's just me. um oh, Cinderella says, if I still live in New York, I would definitely head over to the UN to try to catch a glimpse. Yes, I mean, I definitely. Oh no, this is terrible. This is so terrible. Sherry says the time is 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Oh, this is just awful. I start teaching at 10. They couldn't do this on another time during the day. But I understand. I mean, after the event, they're going off to do some work in a park. Like it said that they're going off to do to clean up a park in Harlem. So I understand. Oh man, this is one of those days. I wish I could have gotten out of work, but I can't. I have babies waiting on me. So, oh, okay. Maybe they'll do other things in the city. Hopefully they'll do other things in the city. I can catch a glimpse of them. And, okay. I can't watch this live because I am teaching at 10. So can someone in our squad, in our community right here, videotape it or film it via your phone or something, record it or help me out here because hopefully I'm assuming press will have a recording of it or whatever, but if you guys can help me out because I can't, because I'll be teaching right at the time they're starting. This is terrible for me. I mean, this is all about me, as you can tell. It's totally selfish here, all about pedo right now. But no, oh man, I was really hoping to be able to get down there, but hopefully they're going to be doing other things in the city that I can be a part of. And unfortunately, I can't get out of Monday. So yeah. Oh well, that just breaks my heart. But okay, it's all right. I'll get other chances. We'll get other chances. And, I'm sure the press will be there and give us as much information as we need. And, I'll just hide my disappointment right now. Oh, Maverick says she hates air conditioning as well. I thought I was the only person. I am just not a fan unless I'm like completely like overwhelmed with heat or something. Other than that, I just rather my fan. I don't like the feel of air conditioning on my body at all. Crazy, I know. But anyways, moving on to our faves. You guys, let me just, I'll take this down and then we'll just jump into what at least I have to talk about. I forgot all about this. Did you guys remember this yesterday? My little thing is like my wording is off here a little bit. I don't know. Whenever I pull things into StreamYard, it always distorts what I have in PowerPoint. That's not how the wording is supposed to be. But anyway, our two queens. Yesterday was the third anniversary of this iconic meeting, and I completely forgot all about it until I saw it. One of our wonderful squaddies posted it yesterday, and I forgot to put in her Twitter handle. But Oh my goodness. How could we forget? Did you guys remember this? I love this moment so much. I'm like, how could I have forgotten? I'm horrible with anniversaries and birthdays and stuff, so I understand how I could have done that. But I am so grateful for this squaddie who reminded us that yesterday was with this iconic moment of Meghan and Beyonce at the Lion King premiere in the UK. And that was actually for a charity event. And if you if you've seen some haters online, they're like, Harry blew off a military to come to meet Beyonce, and it's like, yeah, this actually was a charity event. I know that doesn't go with your narrative, but but yes, this was such an incredible event, and you can see Elton John, his face in the background there. And yeah, this was just, I mean, I talk about two. That's why I put it as two queens screening. But for some reason, pulling it into StreamYard, it always distorts things. And all of my beautiful work that I do in PowerPoint never gets picked up in StreamYard. I'm like, why are you so primitive in this way? But we'll try other things. But anyway, this was just such an iconic moment. And I just thought, let's celebrate, even though we're one day late. And I'm going to take off I don't know if this scrolly thing in the bottom there is just, it's just like, I don't know why it's just sticking, and it's not smooth at all. So we'll just take it off. It's a little bit distracting. I don't know if that's how it's reading for you, but it's how it's reading for me. And so let's just take that off and put this here like this. Okay, great. It just might be my computer. But anyway, I hope my sound is coming across okay, and that it's not freezing in any way, because for some reason this stuff is freezing and I don't know why. Maverick says Elton is so oh wait yeah, Elton is so proud of Harry. He is. I mean, they have such a great relationship, and also also too, Elton's husband working with Meghan on Pearl. Again, we don't know where that is with Pearl, what's going on with it, but it's just great that they're working together on that wherever it is. And just Harry's relationship with Elton has always been amazing. He's always been supportive of them, so it is just wonderful. Let's see. I'm just checking through your chat for a second. Church Nelly says, but I'm also bad with dates. Would forget my head if it wasn't attached to my body. I'm telling you, dates are sometimes hard to remember. Like my mom, I am horrible with birthdays. My mom, on quite a few years, I literally forgot my own birthday, and my mom is the one that reminded me. If she would respond, she would be like, yeah, I'm the one that reminds her. Like my mom is great with birthdays and stuff. She would be the one calling me like, so it's your birthday, and I'm like, not even paying attention to the date, and realize like, oh my gosh, I forgot my own birthday. Yeah, my mom is like that. She is very much into dates, and I am very much in the opposite ends of that. So anyway, so that, I mean, I just think that's wonderful. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I always go back to some of the events Meghan did in the UK. And even though it was such a long time ago, this was in 2019 when she was still pregnant with Archie. And she visited, we all remember the red jacket and the purple dress, beautiful combination. But today she visited this organization, Tomorrow's Women Viral, I don't know how they say it, but she visited them during that visit, and when with Harry. And so they tweeted this today. It's like, we will support and empower women and young girls from all backgrounds facing any personal issues to live equal and fulfilled lives. We do this by following our values: women empowerment, trust, belief, and safety. # women supporting women, Women Center. And so this is so Meghan. I mean, this is just all Meghan, really. So I actually had forgotten about this engagement when I think it's in Birkenhead. I think that's where this all is. When they visited there in 2019. And so it wasn't surprising that, they use Meghan as part of their ad that they're, um, that they're whatever what they're advertising today. And so or at least what they tweeted out today, and it says TW, tomorrow's women supports women by giving them bountiful opportunities in a safe environment to make positive choices. And so it's, again, with all the things that Meghan has gone through and went through in the UK, these organizations that she visits, they all benefited so much from her just being there and supporting them. And so they actually even talked about when Meghan and Harry visited them. It says, this was their post back then. It says, "What an absolute honor escorting Meghan and Harry around tomorrow's women. You gave our women attentive time and made them feel so special. Thank you." And, their hashtags, Kensington Royal. I mean, they were with Kensington Royal at the time, so understood. But, and then in 2020, for Meghan's birthday, they actually wished her a happy birthday. I hadn't checked since then if they did, as, going further. But in 2020, they were like, wishing Meghan a very happy birthday from Tomorrow's Women World, with eternal gratitude for her support of our work with women and famous royal visit. And the famous royal visit in 2019, highlighting our charity. And that's Harry and Meghan opening a plaque for the organization. It's so weird. It's like when I saw that again, it's like, the British sure do like plaques. I don't know. It seems to be a thing. They love opening these plaque things, and I don't know. I don't think it's a thing in the US. But so I at least maybe it is, and I just hadn't paid attention. But it just seemed to be a thing in the UK that's like, this is just a country that loves these unveiling of plaque things. It's just wild. But there's that saying that, people may forget what you say, but they will never forget how you make them feel. And one of the things I appreciate so much about this is, what they had said in the post. It says, "You gave our women attentive time and made them feel so special." And this is like a running theme with whenever Meghan is around, and Harry is the same way. It's always, and I think that's why people connect to them so much, is because when they're around you, they make you feel like you're the most important person in the room. They make you feel like you are so special. Like you walk away from them feeling loved and special. And so many people, we know, so many people just have this same reaction to them. And it's not, it's not just something that one person say or, whatever. So many people, this is the same reaction. And so when you hear like all the negative stuff, you're like, no, the people who have actually met them, this is usually their reaction to Harry and Meghan. And apart from them being just really great and down to earth people, you hear this is like all the time. So that, that many people can't be wrong, so I love this. So it's just wonderful that, even though it's been since 2019, they're still using Meghan's visit as a part of promoting what they do for the women in the community. And I just think that is so beautiful. And you see that in so many different ways, whether it's Luminary Bakery or any of the others. When they talk about Meghan, it's the same thing. She's been the same way since she was 13 years old or whatever, when she started really putting herself out there and lending herself to support others and charities and stuff like that. It's the same person. So yeah, I just loved it. I just thought it was really special for that. So anyways, big right turn. Oh, no, this is a left. This is a left turn. And I still need to get my music. But you know what? Before we even go to that, let's go into the chat and see what you guys are saying about any of this before we make that big left, since I didn't have my music. People connect with Harry and Meghan because they are authentic, pale and stale, are phony as Monopoly money. which I used to lose a lot of when I played Monopoly. Hey, thank you, Church Nelly. That is absolutely so true. That is absolutely so true. Therese 101 says, Harry and Meghan give more than a smile and a wave. They listen, they give their attention and seek solutions and bring about positive change. This is so true. That's why they're so effective. That's why they are people, when people leave them, they always like, wow, yes. They feel like their cause has been taken up by people who actually care, so I love that. Oh, Rosara Lopez Mandragon from Colombiaco. I'm assuming that's Colombia. Oh, hello, Rosara. How are you? Oh, welcome. That is so awesome. Wow. Wait, Chef Anise is here? I'm seeing Lydia's stories about Chef. Chef, where are you? Chef is over here. We all remember Chef. You got to come back on the show and we got to hang and chat, my dear. I don't see her in the chat. Where is she? Huh. I am horrible about finding people in the chat, so sorry about that, guys. But I'm sure I'll find you somewhere as you come up. But this is so, going back to what we were saying about Harry and Meghan. That's one of the reasons I think we all connect with them. And that, for me, charities are in a safe hands when they associate with Harry and Meghan. No matter what the detractors do on social media, they are in a safe hands knowing that they are with people that actually care. So anyways, that is our awesome Meghan. Moving on, turning the big left. So I don't know if you guys saw this today. As this is the weekend roundup, we're rounding up all the royal, stuff that's going on. Earthshot put this out today. They are now becoming an independent charity, away from the Royal Foundation, which is run by Kate and William. And I could totally see why this would want to be independent, because as we saw yesterday, which I should have brought in again to remind everyone, we were talking about William and Kate's car, their big burgundy helicopter, which I've named their car, because that's pretty much how they use their helicopter. As we saw yesterday in our episode we looked at, and maybe I should have brought in that whole thing again. But as we looked at their 179 helicopter trips, I mean that, other royals do use helicopter as well, including the Queen. But Prince William and Kate Middleton, they use it as a car. I mean, everywhere you see them, you will look around and find their helicopter there. And so 179 flights in the last year. That's just the ones that are under 15,000 pounds, and to the tune of over 900,000 pounds that it costs taxpayers for them to be, flying around the UK in their burgundy flying car. So, I can understand why they would want to be independent, because when you're associated with the Royal Foundation, when you're part of the Royal Foundation and your leader is running around with a flying burgundy car, then that's an issue. When you are supposed to be environment organization preaching to the world about environmental issues and saving the planet, that is a big issue, And again, 2 days ago, his whole family were flying around in their burgundy car again. So that is a big issue. So I understand why they'd be independent, but the thing that's with this independent thing, if you look at the first, where it says the Earthshot, right? It's like, today the Earthshot has firmly become independent charity after a hugely successful 2 years as part of the Royal Foundation. Hugely successful? I mean, if in terms of getting money from, rich people, then okay, I could see that. We saw Prince William in the Middle East earlier this year or last year, whatever he went to for like a day. We know that was part of raising funds for Earthshot. I guess in terms of raising big funds from very, very rich people, but then, you look back and see what Prince Charles has done in that case. I have no evidence for this, but I wouldn't be surprised later on if we hear what's been promised for all that funds. But I digress. Anyways, so but if you look down at the bottom one where it says trustees appointed today, a very interesting trustee is in there. As we can see, Jason Knauf is still part of the fold of the of the Kensington Palace fold. Absolutely, Jason Knauf is still there, and he is now a trustee for the Earthshot Prize. And we know that Jason Knauf has left the Royal Foundation, supposedly left the Royal Foundation at the end of last year, beginning of this year, and now he is a trustee for the Earthshot Prize. I think he's apparently still in India or wherever it is he moved to, but I guess that doesn't stop you from being a trustee. And so one of the things you notice with the royal family, as you've noticed with Prince Charles, with say Michael Fawcett, who he supposedly fired like a million times and always hires him back and whatever. They can't get rid of the people that has been doing their dirty work. They have to keep them close. We've seen that with Prince Charles, again, with Michael Fawcett. It's like they have to keep them close because why? These are the people that's done your dirty work. They know where the skeletons are buried. So you have to keep them close. And so it's very, very interesting to see, I mean, you didn't think he was going to leave, did you? I'm assuming no one in Sussex Squad is surprised to see this at all. I mean, that's how they work. That's how, even like say somebody like Paul Burrell, who, they were trying to sue and who was really, they were sort of antagonistic when they claimed that he stole Princess Diana's stuff, whatever. And now Paul Burrell is out there, you would swear the Queen is his best friend. That's how he behaves now. So it's like, I wonder what they gave to Paul Burrell when when the Queen called that case, like, oh, sorry, it was my mistake. I'm telling you, they keep their enemies close because the enemies know their skeletons. Anyways, moving on. The other thing that I noticed with I figured since I was, looking at Royal Foundation stuff, the Earthshot Prize stuff, I thought, well, what's going on with the Royal Foundation? And, I'm sure you'll recognize a few names over here in the highlights. Amanda Berry, who was the head of BAFTA. Remember, we talked about Amanda Berry and Prince William giving themselves BAFTA recently. Well, there you go, Amanda Berry, head of the Royal Foundation, it just amazes me that this woman and Prince William literally gave the Earthshot Prize a BAFTA while she was the head of BAFTA. It's unreal to me. And you'll recognize Amy Pickerell. Yes, Amy Pickerell, who was Meghan's assistant, is now creative director of the Royal Foundation. It's funny because at the time when Amy was Meghan's assistant, really probably her private secretary, personal assistant, whatever she was, with Meghan, I actually liked Amy. But it's just, I don't know. It just, with all the stuff that Meghan has gone through and stuff like that, and she did come from the Kensington Royal, Kate and William's section of things before she became a assistant to Harry and Meghan, or really Meghan. And it just, I don't know. And I mean, she was even there when Meghan did the Smart Set collection and all of that stuff. She went to that and everything. But it's just like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't trust her at all. The fact that she is now working for the Royal Foundation, like for me, looking back at that, I'm like, boy, the things she, and I don't have any evidence for this. It's just my thinking and knowing how they function in that environment. It's just the things that, she probably took from Meghan and probably told. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm not saying she did, but I can just imagine. And I actually liked her when she was with Meghan, but just seeing her going back with that is just, yeah. Anyways, the other part over there by Mr. Pim Gregory is like Pim or Miss, I don't know. Is that a man or a woman? I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's a man, Pim Gregory. Anyways, it's just the director of Impact. And I remember when people found out that Harry was the chief impact officer at Better Up, and how the British press, some of them were mocking the position, like, what is a chief impact officer? What is that? You know what I mean? And they were mocking the position. Is that even a real position? Only, and again, this is, yeah, I haven't looked at the Royal Foundation in a while, only to see this, Director of Impact at the Royal Foundation. Well, you know, notice nobody has said anything about this. Nobody has made fun of the fact that there's basically the same position that Harry has, a Director of Impact, you know. And it just, again, it's okay for Prince William and his foundation to have a Director of Impact, but when Harry is a Chief Impact Officer, it's made fun of. And, you know, it's like, you know, is that even a thing? That Harry isn't qualified? Is that, you know, even that, is that position even real? You know, but it's real when Prince William does it. It's just, you know, anyway, it's just a couple of things I just noticed. I figure since I was in the Earthshot, let me just check over with the Royal Foundation and see what they're doing over there. It's just very interesting to me. Yeah, unreal. Therese says, thank you, Father, for protecting Meghan when she trusted the firm to protect her. I'm telling you, I mean, even Meghan and Oprah said, you know, she regret that she trusted them when they said they would protect her. That was the one thing she said she regretted, that she believed them when they said they would protect her. So thank you, Lord, for doing the job when those wretched ones on Shutter Island simply refused to do it. Yeah. Maverick is like, I don't trust a lot of them. That's how I feel. Sorry, I took that away. That's how I feel. I mean, again, if you're talking about, say, Amy, I liked her, and I just seeing that, right after, leaving Meghan, she went back with the Kensington Palace. It definitely left a sour taste in my mouth, because it was like, yeah, there's something very foul about that, and Sherry's like, Amy was an undercover Karen. Would I be surprised? No. I mean, again, I have no evidence for any of this. It's just my feeling. And yeah, it definitely left a sour taste in my mouth towards what her real intentions were working with Meghan. And so, yeah, it's unreal. And was she one of the ones that, they interviewed with the fake, with the fake bully thing? I mean, I have no idea, but it just, yeah. Sherry says, Sherry again, Meghan has a good heart, and she takes their word as true until they betray her. Yeah, well, I think all of us would, right? I always want to give people a benefit of a doubt until they, until they do something to take away, any trust. So, which is, I mean, I can only imagine Meghan seeing that, like what that must do. It's like, wow, this person knew personal things about her, and now she is back with the very people that was abusing her. Like, I don't know how you even handle that, Shodas to say says, well, as the saying goes, always keep it's a foregone conclusion they never leave. Amy P was under the radar and kept it simple and quiet. Wasn't she pursuing another job? Yeah, when she left Meghan, she went off to, I think she left the country. She went off, I think, somewhere with her husband, and I think that was the thing. And now she's back with Kensington Royal. So Cisne, hi, says, a job is a job for Miss Pickerel. And there you go. A job is a job. There you go. That could be it too. She's probably very impartial and it's like, you know what, it's a job and I know these people. I take it. That could be the thing too. Could just be my suspicious mind just not, having a good feel about Amy and that. So could be very true. Joy says, H&M now have their own people that they have selected that work solely for them. I think that's what you're saying. So yeah, And again, people are gonna come and go. I mean, there are people that Meghan and Harry have hired here, and that that after a year, whatever, they moved on to different things. So that's gonna happen. So it's just for me, just knowing the culture there, it just sort of made me go, So, anyways, Therese says, wasn't Amy supposed to be Meghan's point person on protocol? Don't know. I don't know about that one. So I thought it was the other one who was the secretary, whatever her name is, Samantha, but I'm not really sure. I think it was Samantha, really, if it was anybody. I don't know. I don't think it was Amy. I hadn't heard that. So let's see. So anyways, moving on. Let's get that out of here. Away from Kensington Royal. Okay. So the Republic is up to their thing again. I remember the other day, I think last episode, or was it 2 episodes ago? I forgot. We did the calendar for Kate Middleton, and the Republic had done one for Prince William and his work-shy ways. Well, they just came, they just did one for Prince Charles. And, we always have the... the narrative of Prince Charles' hard work, and that he is the busiest royal, right behind Princess Anne, who is supposed to be, workahorse Princess Anne. And we have never, with all the quote unquote work she does, I've never seen what the impact. Maybe I need to pay more attention to what Princess Anne is doing, but I've never seen the impact that she has made on any of the many organizations that she's a part of, or the many engagement that she goes to. I've never seen what impact she has made on anybody or any organization. So that's the thing. And again, there could be, and I just haven't seen it, and so maybe I need to spend more time focusing on Princess Anne. I don't really want to, but maybe to have a to have a fair and balanced take on what she's doing. Maybe that's what I need to do, even though I don't really want to do it. But Republic did this on Prince Charles, and he's in January. It's the same as with William and Kate. He didn't really start working until the 14th of January. And then it was only 5 engagements all month. You think they come back and they're really ready to go and in the new year and all of that stuff. And they didn't even start until 2 weeks into the month. And then they only did a handful of engagements. And, and so I'm going to I'll put the link to it in the show notes so you guys can go through all the calendars. So I just pulled out 3 of them. I don't want to just be taking all their stuff. But you can go look at the calendar yourself, and then, a couple months later in March, it looks like, oh my goodness, he has a lot more stuff. He definitely has a lot more engagements and all of that stuff. But when you go in and you start looking at what those engagements are, then you start realizing, wait a minute. Yes, there's a full calendar, but this is all nonsense. A lot of the stuff is he received the people at, and if you notice with all of them, it's the same thing. When they do engagements, it's usually right around where they're staying at the time. For example, when he's at Clarence's house, the engagements are literally right around the corner from where he is, not very far at all. When he is at Highgrove, it's the same thing. All the engagements are right around him. Either he goes to those, locales that are right around where he is, or he have them come to him. And as we know from all, royals engagements, those things usually last between a half an hour and 45 minutes. So when you go through a lot of the so-called engagements, that's what you realize the majority of them are. It's just stuff that people that he's received, or he's done a dinner here, and he's done a medal ceremony here. And that's what the majority of these things are. And it's wild when you're that's what they consider a day's work. And again, when they put it in the court circular and it's so wordy, it really looks like they're doing a lot of stuff. But when in reality, they're not. And if you take away his trip to here and the Jubilee stuff, and the trip stuff are in green and the Jubilee is in that purple, when you take away all that stuff, there is not a lot of stuff. And a lot of Prince Charles's work is not even, monarchy work. Is personal project that he does with the Duchy of Cornwall, and his personal pet projects that he does, that they usually put it as work for the monarchy when it's really not. And so it's unreal to go through and really see, there's literally the whole day it'll be a medal ceremony, or they receive this person, or it's a short or an entire day could be a phone call to an overseas person, a leader overseas. That would be the whole day engagement. But again, when you see it in the court circular, it really, really looks like a lot. But when you see it laid out like this, it's like, holy mackerel, these people are doing nothing, and nothing that's really benefiting anyone, and the occasions when they go out, they would go out to a church or a carnival or a dinner or whatever, and that is their whole day work. And very rarely, as you can see from the calendar, do they even work, 5 days. It's usually 2-3 days a week, and I mean, maybe they're working sensibly and, you don't have to do 5 days, but to call them full-time working royals is ridiculous. One, they're not full-time, and two, it's not work. If all I'm doing in a day is making a phone call or going to a dinner, when you think in terms of what, say, the regular Brit would be doing to earn so little, and now there's like a real cost of living crisis in the UK, where people they're actually, for the very poor among them, they're starting this. I mean, it's a very little bit of money, but they're literally having to give money to the very poor, which is like £300 and £600. I think they're broken up into 2 payments, which is not a lot at all. But it's like, and then you see this, and these people are making millions of dollars off the backs of the British people. And people can say, well, yeah, he earns money from, the Duchy of Cornwall. It's not necessarily tax, but where is he selling a lot of the things too? I mean, a lot, when you think in terms of like the products and stuff that he sells gets from the Duchy of Cornwall, and is he selling it back to people? So in a lot of ways, they're earning money off of people. And so, yeah, and apparently he does pay taxes, but he pays it to the Duchy of Cornwall. But then again, it's who's that benefits from the Duchy of Cornwall? Prince Charles. So he basically paying taxes to himself. I mean, and again, I have to go in and confirm that, but that is what I read. And it's like, that just does not make sense. Is that real? Is that really a thing? So I got to go back in and confirm that. But that is what I read, that he pays, his taxes go to the Duchy of Cornwall. But he is the beneficiary of everything that's come out of the Duchy of Cornwall. So basically he's paying taxes to himself. So it's unreal to me when you look at this stuff. And again, flying around in private jets, I mean, he does not like, traveling in cars, whatever. He's rather take a jet everywhere, or helicopters when people are struggling. And so to see this laid out if I was, and again, I don't understand why there is not more of an outrage. I mean, as a matter of fact, I don't even think there's outrage at all as to what they do and the kinds of money that they make, so it is, again, unreal to me that this is going on, and people just are like, okay, whatever, they're royals, that's how it works, I guess, and we just have to sit here and be poor, and it's unreal. Anyway, moving on, there is this, we talked at last episode about Camilla's PR push to make her, for the British tabloids especially, to be claiming that, that she has won the British people over, that they are now welcoming her as the incoming queen consort, and that the British people now love her even though they hated her. And also, one of the narratives that's been going in the last couple of days, whatever, is, again, they did this earlier in the year, but then a narrative that's been going, that, again, they're using the tabloids to do this, that about her extending a hand of friendship to Kate and Meghan. I'm like, maybe Kate, Kate did her photos for whatever magazine she was on recently. But it wants to give the impression that she is so friendly to the to Kate and Meghan. Again, her relationship with Kate is her, I don't care whatever their relationship it is, but they want to have this narrative going there that she's extended her hand of friendship to Meghan. That's a big thing. So they could claim that, oh no, she loves Meghan, she's been giving and loving towards Meghan. But as a wonderful squatty, Peace, you guys will remember Peace, who's been on the show, been on the podcast a couple of times. She posted this today, and I appreciated that. And I was like, I'm gonna share this one. So Peace, yes, I'm sharing your tweet today. Peace posted this picture with Camilla. This is Camilla hanging out with Princess Diana, grooming Princess Diana. Playing the friend to Princess Diana, apparently, and I don't have the articles to back it up. This is what I heard, is that they were even this narrative during that time that she and Diana were friends. And so she was basically there with Princess Diana acting as a friend, and we all know how this turned out. We all know how that relationship with her and, what she did to Diana, and basically stole Diana's husband. Prince Charles didn't really need stealing, really, to tell you the truth, to be truthful. But she was a part of destroying Princess Diana, destroying Princess Diana's marriage and all of that stuff. But here she is, extending a hand of friendship. At this point, I'm telling you, if Camilla extends a hand of friendship, you're better off holding on to a snake, because their bite might be a lot less. It might sting you a lot less than what Camilla would do to you. I mean, look at these pictures of her and Princess Diana, and they have the nerve to be talking about extending a hand of friendship while hiring the Daily Mail editor to be your next, press secretary. It's unreal. The same Daily Mail, the same Mail on Sunday that violated Meghan's privacy, that, and now to this day, attacking and vilifying Meghan in every way, shape, and every way possible. This is the same Camilla, and so Peace wrote today, she says, let's not forget, as the campaign to sell us a lie is ramping up, which is the Camilla campaign, she chaperoned Lady Di, and we were given the impression they were good friends. The deceit continues, unapologetic. They have even managed to persuade the weak-minded that Lady Di was paranoid. And yes, we've seen that going on. I mean, even her own son, Prince William, has been doing it. So it is unreal to me that, and again, Meghan would, I'm sure not, she would not even respond to this. But again, this is what friendship is to Camilla. Unreal to me. And again, no apology. I mean, people, again, don't ever expect these people to ever apologize for anything they do. They will gaslight you, as in this case. They will never apologize. It's unreal to me. Ruth C says, Camilla, what a deceitful chaperoning was. What a deceitful woman chaperoning Dee. What a travesty. So deceitful woman. Yeah, I mean, chaperoning her while sleeping with her husband, pretending you're friends. And again, all of this time, Camilla was besties with tabloid editors, especially those at The Sun. That's what she was doing. And it's in books and stuff, like she would be leaking information to tabloids. It's unreal to me that... Unreal to me that this woman is going to be Queen Consort and really expect that people will forget what she has done and never apologize for. Lydia, our awesome moderator, says, this is some dirty mess, cheating on your wife and bringing the side chick around around you as a friend. Yeah, this is exactly what Prince Charles did. And I don't know how, I read this and I have to go back and find it, and I will bring it in the next time. I read this yesterday and I was like, I never heard of this story before about Princess Diana going off. And I think where did she go? Some country in the Middle East. Shoot, and I forgot the name of the country, but she was on her way there to do, to meet with the president, I guess, and to do charity work and all of those things. And Prince Charles went on the trip with her, and they dropped him. He went on the flight with her, and they had to do a detour to drop him off in, I think, Turkey, And Princess Diana knew at the time why he was being dropped off and his friends were being dropped off in Turkey. He was going there to meet with Camilla, to hang out and party there with Camilla. So he took a flight that Princess Diana was on and they made a detour. They had the flight make a detour to drop him off to be with his, to be with, it's like, and Princess Diana apparently knew, and I think that story was told by her protection officer. If I remember correctly, it was that Ken Wolf guy, I think, told that story. And then it was, he talks about how painful it was for her. She was crying, but then she pulled herself together and vowed to continue the trip and went to whatever country she went to and took care of what she needed to take care of. And it was just, when you see stuff like this and you see how insincere these people are and see what the PR push is right now to make people forget all of those things. Again, I have to go back. I had never heard that story before. And so I have to go back and do some research, but I brought it in because it just popped in my mind. But it's just the kind of things that Princess Diana had to go through. I'm telling you, if Princess Diana was losing her mind, as even though he's a royal gossiper, Robert Jobson, I appreciated this. It's probably the only thing I appreciate from ever, and I probably ever will appreciate from Robert Jobson. He said this one time on a podcast from when he was doing Omen Scobie's podcast. He said, you know what? If Princess Diana was losing her mind at the time, she had every reason to. She had every reason to, because she was in a marriage with a man who didn't love her, that was doing stuff like this. Who wouldn't lose their mind if you're in a situation like that? You have 2 kids with this man who is literally brought his, side check to be your friend. And then you're in a situation like this. I mean, what do you do? How do you not lose your mind? So it just, it's unreal to me that they are now trying to make people forget all those horrible things about. And again, not that it would be better if she apologized, people would still remember, but it's worse because they're acting like this stuff that people forgot, and that it's like this stuff never happened. Let's just wipe it out. Let's just forget and pretend that this stuff never happened. And now they're trying to include Meghan in their mess. And so, anyways, these people make my skin crawl. They really, really do. And I'm sure you guys heard of this one yesterday. I'm like, what happened to that $12 million they paid? I guess it didn't cover the BBC doing a story on this. I had to laugh when I saw this because I'm like, Lord, imagine paying $12 million to make a story go away, only to have your best friends in the media make a movie about, the Prince Andrew's interview that he did with Emily Maitlis. It's just like, I guess they should have given some to the BBC to shut them up too. I'm like, and then you think about all, how they were having this supposed issue about the BBC and because they had done the interview with Princess Diana and all of that stuff. Now, so are they going to ban the BBC now? Is Prince William going to pull his Earthshot prize away from the BBC? Because we know the BBC is the one that they have a contract to air all of this stuff. Are they going to be pulling all the things that the BBC does with the palace now that the BBC has gone a bit rogue, and now we're going to be doing a movie about Prince Andrew? And so apparently Scobie reported yesterday that Hugh Grant was supposed to, be in talks about it. But today, Hugh Grant is probably like, why are y'all bringing my name into this mess? We know Hugh Grant had his own, sexual news story break, years and years ago. He had his own issues with that, not with, a young girl. It was 2 consenting adults. Think what you like about that. But he had his own issues years ago. But Hugh Grant is like, no, I'm not going to be part of this. I never even heard of it, and so. And again, I also brought that in because it's kind of like Deadline is supposed to be, it's supposed to be a credible Entertainment Magazine, and here they are pulling Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant understood to be on shortlist to portray a disgraced royal in Scoop. They name checked Hugh Grant, and it's not like they said, a British actor. They name checked the guy, and here's Hugh Grant is like, I never even heard of this. And so that's why it's so important when we read stuff to be like, always take it with a grain of salt. And Deadline is a U.S., Hollywood entertainment magazine that is thought to be credible. And again, people can make mistakes, but, you go name checking the person and the person never even heard of the project. And it's just like, but it'll be very interesting. You guys can let me know who you think could play Prince Andrew. I'm sure he's probably home not sweating right now, knowing that there's a movie going to be made out of this. And a part of what I understood about this is that when they did this interview, Beatrice was apparently there. Not only that, Emily Maitlis gave Prince Andrew an opportunity to go back and change some of the things he said, because she knew some of it would be a little bit off. He gave him an opportunity to go back in, and they would have done it, because basically BBC is telling on themselves that they were going to be a tabloid to hide the truth. But he just thought he did so well in the interview. And, the very thing about this whole interview is like people are, it's like, yes, what he said was horrible. And we saw the fact that he didn't care what he did to, and how he really viewed people, and young girls at the time. You see his basically disregard for them. He did not view, in my view, he doesn't look at them as human. But, the funny thing with all this, like, them giving him an opportunity to go back and change things is, I'm glad he didn't. Because there is something, even though, yes, Prince Andrew is what he is, and we all know what he is. What I saw was that he was honestly him. This is who he is. He didn't change it because that is who he is. And we got a chance to see who he is. He doesn't care. And he didn't care that you knew. I mean, for him, it was a good thing. He thought he did really great. But he just didn't care. That's who he is. And I think the world had an opportunity to see him as he is. And the way that he, the way that he thought with, he thinks about things like this, the way he sees himself, the way he sees his position, the way he saw his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, the world got to see him as he is. And I appreciate that, I appreciate that. Yes, there are parts of it. Yes, that he lied about not knowing Virginia and all of those things. But I appreciated seeing the real person. I don't want to, I don't want the sanitized version of the royal family. I want to see them as they are. And I appreciated that. He didn't care and he didn't pretend to care. And it's just like, okay. For me, that gives me like, okay, I don't have to worry about him, trying to pretend to be somebody he's not. He don't care. And that's what I saw. And I appreciated that. So, he basically saved the BBC from, becoming, well, it's kind of glorified tabloid, but he actually saved them and helped them to keep a honest and true portrayal of who he is. And for that, for me, I'm grateful. So, I mean, other people think differently about this and they wish he had given the sanitized version. But look, I don't want sanitized version. I want real. And that's what I saw. I saw someone saying and being exactly how they are. And that's what I appreciated about it. So everybody thinks differently. Anyway, Emerald says, his arrogance didn't allow him to take the opportunity to fix his comment. No, he thought it was fine. He thought he actually did great, and so I guess it would be a little bit shocking to him that when it came off and it came across so awful, again, one of the things that's been shared is that these people are not used to people correcting them. They're not used to hearing the word no. They're not used to that. They just think everything they say is, is right. Their behavior is correct. And nobody around them, they have yes people around them. So, nobody would correct it. So even in this situation, he thought he did great. And I'm happy that he thought that because I got to see the real Andrew. So, yeah, it's unreal. Joy says, this family looks like they're completely falling apart bit by bit. The things going on with them now is falling to pieces. But the funny thing about it is that this is this has been going on the whole time. People just didn't know. Now that there's social media, that's been opening things up, and people are finally seeing them and seeing what's going on. This has been how they've been. It's just that the people that cover them are sycophants. They wouldn't let you see this, and that's why they have this, oh, don't open the curtains and let the light in, because that will let the light in under royal magic. There is no magic. What they've been hiding is this mess all along. You know what I mean? So it's been there. It's just that now people are exposing it. Now, people like Omid is now opening up and talking more about, what's been going on, and more people with social media, and especially with the squad, outing them in so many things. People are being a little more brave in talking about what's really going on there. But this stuff has been happening all the time. People just weren't reporting it. And if they reported it, it's in favor of the royal. So people have a very skewed view of what's been going on. But this mess has been going on the whole time. So yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Mona, for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate your support. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, Wendy says, Prince Andrew is a spoiled child in a man's body, playing with his teddy bears. Again, absolutely. They are spoiled rotten. I mean, nobody told him that, being a grown man with a bunch of teddy bears on your bed is that, again, they would never say it, even though they're thinking it. I mean, his assistant or his housekeeper or whatever, that lady who talked about it. I mean, none of them are allowed to tell them, no, this is not appropriate, or this, I mean, there is no law against adults having let's just say there is no law against adults having teddy bears in their bed. You know what I mean? But, a grown man having teddy bears, and especially knowing his history, yeah, that's not the best thing to be doing. You know what I mean? That's not the best. That's not, but they have nobody around. And even if they told them, he'll probably just curse them out, and they're too afraid to say anything. They're too afraid to correct them. It's the reason why Prince Charles is in the mess he's in, with all the cash for access, cash for honors, taking millions of pounds in a bag. That's the reason that's there. And have his staff counting cash. I mean, because they're afraid to say anything. They only hire yes people. That's why they're in this mess. It's just unreal. It's unreal. You just it's such a mess. You just literally have to laugh. You literally have to laugh, because it's kind of, you laugh or you just go crazy looking at this mess. So yeah. Did I just see Verda? I saw from Verda yesterday. I was watching Duchess of Success, and she mentioned about Verda. I'm just gonna put this up here because I don't see Verda. I don't see her in the chat. But Juliet says, "Hi Verda, sorry to hear about your home due to the storm. I went through the hurricane myself and lost my home. Oh wow, and lost my home and more. And once Hugo, Maryland, and last 2 days was a Category 5 hurricane. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry to hear that. Sorry, so sorry, Juliet. And Verda, I was trying to find out what happened yesterday. I didn't, but I was watching the Duchess of Success last night and found out that Verda did lose her home in a hurricane, and I think part of that, her daughter, I think, was injured. So I am so sorry to hear that. And I know from the Duchess of Sussex, she was asking if there's if you have a GoFundMe or anything like that set up so you can get help. So if you are here and can post to me, I'm the same as the Duchess of Success. I will be more than happy to share it with people on Twitter and here, and I'll put in the community page if you have that set up so that you can get some help, and if anyone wants to donate. So yeah, same here. I would be more than happy to share it so anybody can help. So Verda, if you're here, I'm not seeing you. Shoot. So if you have one, here's Verda. Verda says, keep us in your prayers. We definitely will keep you in our prayers. But just that, if you have anything set up for help, just let us know. You can either put it here or put it in the regular comments, and I can put it in our community page. So thank you so much. And we will definitely keep you in our prayers. Boy, that is tough. That is really, really, really tough. Yeah. Let's see. Evelyn says, even though every family has its own problems, the royal family is just a weird family. They are. There's a lot happening there, and it's sickening. Yeah, I mean, I think that the bad thing with the royal family is that they try to pretend like they're perfect, and they're not. And it's this nonsense about trying to act like if you're God's gift to people. And it's just like, you're God's mess, really. Well, no, maybe I shouldn't say that. That's probably wrong. But it's like, you're a mess. Just be honest and just say. And I think that's why they all freak out so much that Harry is so honest about his struggles. It's like, they're so desperate to try to act like they're perfect. And it's like, you're not perfect. Stop trying to pretend. So it's so ridiculous to even try to pretend to be perfect when we know you're not, and you're really a mess, so. And then we have Queenie again. This is a royal roundup, so we're doing all, we're rounding up the royal family here. So Queen Betty, she also is in her mess, and as we know, with her immunities, Queen Betty has over 160 laws that she is immune from. Yes, Queen Betty could pretty much do whatever she wants in the UK, and you cannot sue her. You cannot come after her, because a lot of these, she has a lobby parliament. For those of you who are still under the ridiculous notion that the royal family is not political, that they're neutral, that they're just a figurehead, and they're just there being lovely and waving to people. Yes. She is basically lobbied to get exemption from over 160 laws in the UK. More than 30 different laws stipulates that police are barred from entering the private Balmoral and Sandringham of estates without the Queen's permission to investigate suspected crimes, including wildlife offenses and of environmental pollution. A legal immunity accord to no other private landowner in the country. That's right. Even if there's a crime going on the Queen's Balmoral or Sandringham estates, which are private estates of the Queen, the police are barred from it. They're barred from entering without her permission. That's right. They can't go. Doesn't matter what's happening there. Unless she says they can go, they can't go and investigate crimes at Balmoral and Sandringham. And probably anywhere the Queen. That's why Andrew is under her skirt, because when he stays under her skirt, they can't come after him, because she is immune to just about everything else. The most controversial, which we've talked about, we've talked about the others as well, but the most controversial exemption banned the Queen employees. The most controversial exemptions, I can't read, ban the Queen's employees from pursuing sexual and racial discrimination complaints. Even the most modern piece of anti-discrimination law, the Equality Act of 2010, is designed not to protect those employed by the Queen. That's right. If you work for the Queen, you cannot sue her for sexual or racial discrimination at all. You have no, you just literally have to take the racism, and you have to take the sexual assault or whatever it is that was directed at you. You cannot sue the Queen. She is exempt. And we've talked a lot about the racial discrimination laws. Yes. Yeah, we did a whole episode, I think, and probably more on that one. Other things she's exempt from, says other laws contain carved out exemptions the Queen as a private employer from having to observe various worker rights, health and safety, i.e. Meghan, or pension laws. She is fully or partly exempt from at least 4 different laws on workers' compensation, and is not required to comply with Health and Safety at Work Act 1974. Again, You know, people are like when Meghan talked about going to HR to get help. Yeah, Queen is exemption. You cannot go after her. If you have issues at work relating to when it comes to your health and your safety, or even your pension, she's exempt. You can't go after her. Tax exemptions, the other Queen's immunity clauses exemption for her from paying taxes or providing information to the bodies that collect them. In the early 90s, the Buckingham Palace admitted that the Queen did not pay income or capital gains tax, including on her private interests. And after severe public criticism, she agreed to pay some taxes, quote unquote, voluntarily. Unreal. Again, we talked about Prince Charles and his quote unquote tax paying. Also, 3 laws contain clauses immunizing her private property holdings against compulsory purchase. In a case first reported last year, the Queen's lawyers secretly lobbied for her to be immune from parts of the Scottish law, cutting carbon emissions. We talked about this. She lobbied the Scottish government right when Prince Philip was sick and going into the hospital just before, when they were slamming Harry and Meghan and all of that. Yeah, the Queen was lobbying Scottish government to get exemption from environmental laws. Nobody else has that but Queen Betty. Yes, this is the same Queen Betty whose family, flies around in their helicopter car. The same ones who Prince Charles is always talking to people and about, the environment. Yep, the same ones who has Earthshot. That we just talked about. That's going, being separate from the Royal Foundation. Yes, this is the same people that have exemptions from environmental laws. And again, unless she gives you permission to go on her land to investigate anything, any kind of environmental infractions they have on the land, unless she gives you specific permission to go, you cannot go. Even the cops cannot go to investigate. Yeah, this is Queen Betty. And I'm like, you look at this stuff and you're like, And I don't know what's funny about this. I mean, they have a whole 160. When Queen Betty passes on, most of that stuff, Prince Charles will inherit. Most of these immunity, he will inherit them. And it's like, I'm sure a lot of those are probably going to wipe out those cash for access, cash for honor stuff. I'm like, I don't understand why there is no outrage about all this mess. It's like you have a person who pretty much, she could literally do anything, and she's exempt. You can't touch her. You literally cannot touch this woman. 160 laws, and yet they're still trying to tell us that Queen Betty is neutral and that she is, she is not political. I'm sorry, I gotta get some water. My throat got dry there. But it's unreal. It is unreal. So unbelievable. And yes, she's one of the biggest landowners in Scotland. And, yeah, unreal. But anyway, let's see. Josie says she is immune, not you or I. If we own land in Scotland, we would be subject to the laws of the land. Every single other person is subject to all these laws. Queen Betty is the only one that has immunity. And the people, that are under her skirt, as Prince Andrew tends to say, they can't touch her. And yeah, it's unreal. I mean, and a lot of, we haven't gone through what Prince Charles is, his immunity, but he's lobbied to get, benefits that, whenever there's a law there that would affect his estate, he's also done the same thing. So it's they are able to get this stuff and nobody says anything. No one says anything. Thank you so much. Lydia says Royal Sussex is starting 15 minutes later today, so he's going to be at 1:15. So we don't have to rush on out. We'll jump over to Baron in a second. Hi, Chosen to be his. How are you? I'm happy to see you here. Yeah, it is. I mean, yes. I don't understand why why they allow this. And I don't understand allowing this person who is not an elected official, why you allow them to be able to live like this when there are people starving, when there are people that don't have homes, and it's just like they're handing out immunity like candies to this woman. And I don't get it. Yeah, Wendy, yeah. And yet William is the champion of the environment. Yeah. Not only, I mean, hello, Prince Charles. And even the Queen. The Queen is always, she talks about the environment. And here she is. I mean, inspectors can't even go on her land, even while there are fences. I mean, she has, where it's like, I guess she owns like this, I don't know, the seabed or whatever. But they own like this, I guess, where people can go and fish, and they have to pay to do it. She owns that. I'm sorry, my throat is a little dry. Hang on one second, guys. I need to get some water. Yeah, she owns all this thing, and people can't even go and check it. They cannot check for environmental issues in this thing without her giving permission. It is unreal. So, anyways, moving on from Queen Betty and her mess, let's just get back to our faves. All right, back to our faves. People who are actually doing things to benefit others, people who are actually doing things that will, that will make the world a better place. And so we are very excited. I don't know. I mean, I know that we're all have our cameras, whatever. Whoever is going to be in New York, that's going to be there to take pictures. I don't know, because the UN is weird. They tend to block off things. So I hope people can get close enough to, hang on. Oh, my voice is weird today. I hope people can get close enough to take pictures. So I'm counting on you guys who are in New York to be able to take pictures, because I cannot be there. And I don't just mean, I could use the press pictures, but I would rather see Sussex squad people there with their cameras like they did at The Hague. That was, for me, the most beautiful thing, to see our squad there supporting. So, it's a shame to be in New York and not be able to do this. Absolute shame. But I am just, until then, I'm going to live in the memory of their last 2 New York trips. I'm going to just sit here, and no matter what's going on Twitter, all their crazy hashtags, yes, that's still going on. But now I think the positive hashtags are there. And so I think they've overtaken the trolls. Maybe the trolls are taking a day off. I don't know. But I am just going to bask in this and bask in their last 2, trips to New York. So, and who could forget? But anyway, and this final picture. Yeah, this final picture of Meghan being unbossed and unbothered. I mean, we saw this picture when she was in The Hague, and we didn't even know she visited this charity. But yep, this is what I'm going to live with until Monday. Our faves being unbossed and unbothered. So there. That's how I want to end this, because dealing with the mess on Shutter Island is a little much. I'm like, nah, I'm going to end this on our faves being unbossed. But you know what? This is what I want for all of us, really, to be unbothered about whatever is going on. Just completely pay them dust, pay them nothing. Just, if you're on social media, don't click and share their mess. Don't be screenshotting and share. Like, I know personally, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see the mess, especially from trolls. I don't want to see the mess. I want to stay just as peaceful as Meghan is staying right now. Unbossed and unbothered until Monday, until I see them, at least pictures and videos of them on Monday. It's like, you know what? We deserve to be unbossed and unbothered. So, yeah, this picture just, I don't know. It's just, there's such a piece to her that is like, yeah, that's where we need to be. Completely at peace. Until our faves give us something to be screaming and jumping up about. But yeah, R said, the queen is, okay, back to the queen, is not God. There is a God and he's not partial to any one person or group. Absolutely. But some people treat her that way. Some people definitely treat her that way. Therese says, cookies and cream. Oh, she's talking to cookies and cream. The monarchy is like a Titanic. The next monarch will probably be left with the lifeboats. The next generation will slim down the monarchy. My thing is, hopefully it goes away. So yes, exactly. Absolutely goes away. I don't even want the lifeboats. So let's see a couple more before we jet on out of here and I deal with my throat. I don't know what's wrong with my throat. It's just probably dry in here. So Lottie says, would you be going paddle? I can't. It's in the morning and I'm teaching in the morning. I was hoping it was going to be in the evening that I could be there. And unfortunately, I can't leave my babies. I mean, they will tell me, excuse me, Miss Paddle, I am not a baby. I am a teenager. But in my mind, they're babies. They're just lovely babies. But I can't. I teach in the morning, so I can't be there. It's just so upsetting. But hopefully they're doing other events, or maybe they'll be around the city, which I can go to. And I just really want to photograph them myself. Really, to be honest, that would be amazing. So yeah, let's see. Church Nanny says Monday is taking way too long to get here. I'm telling you, it is really taking way too long. But you never know. We never know. Again, we don't know when they're going to get here. The last time we thought they were going to come just for the Global Citizens Concert, and they were here a couple of days early. So who knows? Maybe that would be this time as well. I don't know. But we'll keep our ears open. If I hear anything, look out in the community page. I'll post it. So yeah. Cynthia says, Petal, I know we want to see the Sussex things, but their safety is paramount. Absolutely, Cynthia. Absolutely, their safety is paramount. So, and we, definitely, that's all we want for them, to be safe. So, and they'll have their security and whatever. So, but whatever they do, we'll hopefully be able to see them. So anyways, guys, my throat is giving out. I don't know. It's just probably hot in here. And so I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for joining me on my impromptu podcast. I think Baron is about to start, so we'll jump over there in a second. Thank you all again, my friends. I'm going to put this scrolly thing on that's actually wasn't been really scrolling, and actually, you know what, I will just take it off and then just put it there. There you go. Oh, stop scrolling, it's just there. But thank you guys so much just for hanging out with me for like the last hour or so. I appreciate it. May we all spend the rest of the weekend, even though we're anxious to see the Sussexes, may we all be unbossed and unbothered like our fave. And as the little thing on the bottom there says, please, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, definitely click the notification bell so that you know when we drop a video. And join our channel. We'd love to have you. That's why you support our channel financially monthly. Thank you all so much who have done that before, who are part of our 2 cents crew. We appreciate you so much. Yes, and as Lydia's reminded everyone, please like and share the video. Very much appreciated as we try to grow our channel. We just want more and more and more squaddies coming in. So, but thank you guys so much. We're going to end it here and leave with some music. We're going to go back into space as usual and have a fantastic time. Have a fantastic time hanging with Baron. I will join you over there at some point today. Yeah, there we go. Ending it with some music. Thank you guys again. I love you all. Thank you to our awesome moderators, Lydia, Let's bring this down so you can hear me. Thank you to our awesome moderators, Lydia, Church Nelly, Karen M, Cookies and Cream, Julia Rock. Thank you all so much for doing an amazing job in the chat. It was a fantastic talking to you guys. Love you all so much. Have a fantastic day. Bye until we meet again. Again, please stay unbossed and unbothered. I think I'm going to put this picture up again of Meghan being unbossed and unbothered. Yep, there we go. This is what I'll leave you with. There you go. No matter what happens, we are unbossed and unbothered like our faves. I love you guys. See you soon. Bye.